How long have you been drinking the water now, James?
About a year and a half now.
A year and a half.
Yeah.
Could you just maybe share with the people here what your experience has been? Maybe just briefly explain what got you to get into the water and what your experience has been since.
Yep. Well, I was diagnosed with severe Crohn's disease about 3 years ago now. I was 18 at the time and going for year 12. 6 months prior to my diagnosis, I was noticing I was getting a lot of symptoms of bloating, diarrhea, and I was always rushing to the toilet, and I was losing a lot of weight. 2 months prior to my diagnosis, I was even getting a lot of pain around my bowels, and I couldn't really work out what was going wrong. It wasn't until my friend's 18th birthday party that year. It was a really bad day for me. I remember the pain being really, really bad. It was like having a knife and just someone was stabbing me in the bowel. I still went to the party anyway, and my friends sort of didn't know what was going on with me. I was sort of like kept to myself at the party and sort of stayed in another room. I was in a lot of pain, and then all of a sudden I got a sudden urge to go to the toilet. But this time when I went to the toilet, I lost a litre of blood, and I had to call up my parents, and they came over and rushed me to hospital. When I got to hospital, they did some tests. They said you're very close to getting a blood transfusion, but you're lucky you were fit at the time, so they didn't have to do that. And then I got a colonoscopy result saying I've got severe Crohn's disease, so they gave me some medication and sent me home. 4 months after my diagnosis, I was still getting symptoms again, and the medication wasn't really working. So I decided to try different things. I tried gluten-free diet, tried dairy-free, tried different medication the doctors prescribed, but nothing was really working. About 8 months after my diagnosis, I ended up losing my job because my health got really bad. Ended up getting really, really depressed, and at one point I was stuck in my room for about 2 months, and I just couldn't get out. I was lost all hope. And then probably after a year after my diagnosis, my mum came to me and said, "You got to try this water." And I said, "Well, I got nothing else to lose. I've tried everything else." So I got onto the water through Lenny. I used to go to his house, pick up, I think it was 10 litres of water, and I would drink that in 4 days. So I was drinking at least 3 litres of water a day. And after 2 weeks of drinking the water, I noticed I started to pick up more energy, and my diarrhea slowed down. After 3 weeks, the diarrhea completely stopped, and I had even more energy. After a month, I noticed that there was no more blood in my stool. I started gaining a bit more weight. After probably 2 months, I was back at work, playing sport again, and had a normal life again. And yeah, I haven't looked back since. So, and even better news, 4 months ago, I got a colonoscopy done after being, I think, a year of drinking the water, and it said my Crohn's disease is completely healed. So, yeah.